Unfortunately, tonight this is weird. We're missing a chief fractured filter.
Yeah, turkey.
I think this is the first time he hasn't appeared.
Yeah.
No, that's going to be freaking 2 against 1. Usually 3 against 1.
Well, I don't think it's. Oh shit! There's some Cardi stuff in this.
Is there?
Oh, I just remembered. Yes.
Good Cardi stuff.
There's Cardi stuff in this.
Does Sisko show up in DS9? That'd be great.
No,
not.
Sisko's gone. Remember, the Voyager started at DS9 and then left during the Delta Quadrant. So I'm sorry, you can't have Sisko.
Adam is to Dax how I am to Sisko.
He's to Kira.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kira.
No, I like Kira and Dax. I mean,
yeah, but I prefer Dax. I think
Adam prefers Kira.
Yes, he does. So this episode is called Destiny, and it's going to be exploring a little bit about the Emissary. We're finally going to get to learn a little bit more about the purpose of the Emissary and what Ben Sisko's role is and how he thinks about being the Emissary. So
I'm ready.
My God, they're going into the wormhole at full impulse.
A team of Cardassian scientists is coming to the station to assist us in deploying a subspace relay in the Gamma Quadrant. Cardassians to feel like guests, not prisoners.
That's terrible. That's their station. They're not supposed to be prisoners. How dare he?
It's not their station. They gave it up. They left.
It was their station. They built it. It's still theirs, technically.
Well,
kind of.
They didn't really build it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
There may have been
slave labor
from.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Slave labor.
Would you prefer work
study programs?
Work to hire? I mean,
work to hire. I think it was intensive work study programs.
Giving you a job. That's what it is.
3 hots in a cot.
Buying from their shops, eating from their restaurants, getting to know them as something other than brutal overseers.
See, this guy. This guy.
What?
Brutal overseers.
What?
They're like, might as well call him a taskmaster.
I'm sure that name's been used before.
Yeah. But listen what Ben's saying. He's like, Sisko's like, hey, don't look at them this way. They're just people now, right? Isn't he on your side?
They've always been people. Until he said brutal taskmasters.
That's what he's saying. That's how the Bajoran see him. See? He's on your side.
I don't trust him.
I have a bottle of Canar for each of them.
Fantastic.
So he's brought some Canar for each one of the Cardassians. And an invitation to go to Quarks.
So he's missing the Yamuk sauce.
Well, maybe they bring their own.
I would. Always carry a bottle of Yamuk sauce.
Just like Hillary always carried hot sauce.
I thought you meant arsenic.
Yeah.
And as the 34th rule of acquisition states, peace is good for business.
That's the 35th rule.
What's the 34th?
War is good for business.
Hey, cover all the bases.
Yeah. War is good for business. Peace good for business. Whatever makes me money is good for business.
Capitalism.
Thank you for seeing me, Emissary.
Hey, it's the guy from the Mummy. Imhotep.
Isn't he also Scar's father?
Yes.
He is.
He had quite the career as a supporting actor.
Yeah.
Fantastic actor. I forgot he was Scar's dad.
I think his name is Eric Avari.
He's called the father, I believe.
No, the actor.
No, I know, but I think he was Michael Shanks. His Daniel referred to him as the father in Stargate, I believe.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He was Scar's
father. He was in the original movie, and he was in SG-1.
He's also Share's father.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause
So
Shar and
technically,
Star
he's Daniel's father-in-law.
With a warning from the prophets. They don't want you to let the Cardassians come aboard this station. If you do, you will bring destruction on us all.
This guy.
He doesn't want the Cardis on the station.
Well, that's
Hates
rude.
Spoons. Hates spoons.
I'll show him a spoon.
Wow, dude.
That's,
Kid show.
Yeah.
Kid show.
So we have some Cardassians coming on board the station. They've somehow figured out a way to create communication through the wormhole to the Gamma Quadrant.
It's very interesting how they do that. They tried that on Voyager, and it was an interesting episode. Well, that was a
the one
black
with
hole.
Was that with the Romulan?
Yeah.
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 And
There's a
that
tiny
turned out to
black
be-
hole.
Right, but it also turned out to be like 20 years in the past.
Which was, that's very, that episode was, I have questions about that episode, but I guess it makes sense if you think about it.
Yeah, well, black holes distort time and space. So they were speaking to someone 20 years in the past. So they would have never gotten I think in the end, they never got the message to Starfleet.
Yeah, because he
that-
died.
No, he died. Yeah, he
before.
died.
Yeah.
I'm simply telling you what was foretold in the ancient text.
Recognize that
The
name?
ancient texts. What? Tracy Scoggins.
Oh, baby. Tracy Scoggins, man.
Yeah. She also became Captain Babylon 5 in the 5th season.
Well, hello.
She's hot.
Well, Hitman will find her very attractive.
Tricor's words are clear. Vipers are making their way here.
And I take it you think the Vipers are a reference to the Cardassian scientists.
Basically, we have like Nostradamus interpretation of prophecy.
Yeah. Terrible. This guy.
Well, basically, but the bottom line is he's relying on a 3,000-year-old prophecy and interpreting it according to modern events, which is basically what they've done with Nostradamus. So this guy's coming in, it's like, hey, there's prophecy 3,000 years ago. I think it's happening now. How many times did he come tell someone that before, you think?
Right.
Or someone else before him? So
He's coming to the Emissary, so Emissary will respect his wishes and not let the Cardassians come to the station.
Well, that's what he's hoping, clearly.
Is the Bajoran Assembly aware of this prophecy?
Yes, they have chosen to ignore the sign. And that is why I came to you, Emissary, because I have faith in you.
Well, I just find it interesting that this is like, and I could be wrong, but like the third time he's been referenced as an emissary, maybe fourth time in 3 seasons. I think 3 at least. I find that's interesting.
Yeah, we haven't
Got
gone
that
back
side.
to Sisko being the emissary for a long time.
So it's been Sisko, the command decision.
It was just a title that some Bajorans use for him, but it's more significant and it will become more significant. But what the takeaway that I'm getting from this is this guy's a radical outlier.
Zealot.
So he's talked to the Kai, he's talked to the Bajoran Vedic Assembly, and they're like, yeah, you're nuts. Because he's saying, hey, this is what the prophecy says. And we're like, no, that's not true. Go pound sand. So that's why he came to Sisko. It's like, you're the emissary. Everyone else won't listen to me, but you've met the prophet. So you know what I'm going to say is true.
A similar transceiver will be put in place here on on
Whoops.
Deep Space Nine.
Call it
Awkward.
Call it what you called it. Tarek Nor.
Terok Nor. That was the original name of Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, why'd she deep Space Nine?
Because it's not called Terok Nor anymore. I mean, look at Miles. I mean, we know how much Miles enjoys hanging out with Cardassians.
Our new design has less than half that variance.
You don't mind if I look at the specs?
If you think it's necessary.
Ooh. Someone's getting a little testy with Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Need more of that.
Command.
Wait, what? You got something against Miles now?
No.
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 Okay.
I mean, hasn't he been through enough? As Adam has pointed out, he's married to Keiko.
Oh, yeah. Well, he hasn't been tortured yet this year officially.
That's right. I forgot. We have a torture episode coming
That's
up.
coming up. We've got we got a Miles torture. It's that time of year almost.
Yeah, I was going to say the
season.
air is changing. My allergies are kicking in, so it must be time for Miles torture.
Yeah.
Now, those are about the two friendliest vipers I have ever met.
Golly.
Wow. Well, he's not wrong. I mean,
Didn't the prophecy say there's
vipers.
three vipers?
Yeah. Yeah. Where's the third viper?
No, he said 3 though. That's very interesting. There's only 2.
Yeah, there's 3. That's right. There's only 2. So the prophecy could be wrong.
I almost forgot to tell you, another colleague of ours, Dejar, will be arriving later today.
There's the third.
There's the third viper.
Just like in the prophecy.
The prophecy you've never read.
Okay, that's interesting though.
What?
Kira's like, wait a minute. There are now 3 vipers in this prophecy.
Yeah, but she's never read it, so she's taking it on. She's basically believing this guy, this nut job, who clearly is whatever. If you'd heard the prophecy, I guess that's one thing. But
he told her the prophecy.
Yeah, but she's well, yes, but now she's basically. I don't know. Maybe.
Why is she believing the prophecy? That's my question to you. Why do you think she's believing a prophecy?
A broken clock's right twice a day.
I know Adam knows why.
Why, Adam?
Well, I'm not allowed to say anything. Spoiler.
I know, but he knows why.
He knows why.
It's a spoiler about Kira. And,
well, here's the thing. We know, but it's not really as well. This is probably what you're going to say, but like I will say, like she is, like Adam's point, and I think you have to. She's very religious, so maybe that's why she's,
there you go,
dealing with some type of maybe discernment. I don't know.
She is a very religious person. Adam has mentioned it, and we're going to see more of it.
Yeah, there's another level to it that again is a serious spoiler about her in relation to some things.
Yeah.
Is it possible character development in this episode with her and her spirituality?
I'm trying to remember because honestly, I don't remember this one as much. I know what happens at the end, but let me just say, I know what the prophecy means at the end, and I know how it ends. I also know something about O'Brien in this episode. I don't remember a lot of the other stuff. This is one of the ones where it's like, okay, this happened. It sets stuff up. And that's kind of it.
I was referring to your desire to distance yourself from the title of emissary. It's just an observation, of course.
That is something that is true, but this is the first time we're actually touching on it.
Yeah.
Well, it is very interesting because, again, from my perspective, only watching it the first time, it seems like Sisko spends more time obviously being commander than the emissary. Now, granted, we've only got in a few episodes where he's involved in any type of emissary role, but that is very interesting that Odo brings that up.
Yeah, that Odo has noticed it. Remember, Odo studies human behavior. It's part of what he does as chief of security. So what he's saying basically is, I've been watching you. You know you're the emissary, but you do not want to accept that role. That's how I'm taking that.
Commander Sisko is my superior officer. I have to deal with him on that basis first.
So you do believe he is the emissary?
Oh.
He's about to play on her, well, this is going to sound really bad, her weakness and spirituality. He's going to play on her.
Yeah.
He's going to use her devout, I don't even know what the word is, to...
Her faith.
Yeah.
You can use her faith against her.
Yeah.
But think about what he just said. He said, you believe Sisko's the emissary. And she's like, I have to look at him first as my commanding officer. She does believe he's the emissary. That's never been said before.
Yeah.
That's where Adam and I talk about like the religious aspect of Kira that you learn more and more about.
Well, because she didn't deny it. She said, I have to look at him first as my boss.
Right. So that's like, I also recognize he's the emissary.
Because if she didn't, then just say that is interesting.
You want to keep your work and your faith separate.
Yes, and for 3 years now, I have.
Well, I don't know.
Well, what she's saying is think about that. Think about what she's saying. This is actually a significant explanation of Kira's character. She's basically been working with. Now we heard. I can't say it. Shit, I can't say it because that goes into spoiler stuff on Academy. Basically, she's saying I'm working with this mythological figure, but I can't acknowledge he's a mythological figure. He's my commanding officer.
No, that makes sense. Because it would, well, probably would I won't say ruin the night. It would change the dynamic of not only probably the relationship, but how maybe Deep Space Nine operates. I don't know. That's interesting.
No, I think you're right. How can you be an effective first officer if you are taking if you're taking orders from an incredible religious figure in your faith?
Right. Especially when your faith is
that's no longer
important. Like Kira, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So she's basically compartmentalizing, or she's basically building a wall almost.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right word.
No, I think compartmentalizing is the best way to say it. It's like I have to keep my faith separate from my job because I can't do my job effectively if I give into the fact that like this is the emissary, this is the direct connection to the prophets. I can't do my job.
Yeah,
because she believes in the prophets.
If you're asking me
It is not I who is asking, it is the prophets. Turn your back on them now, you're abandoning your faith. And
Oof.
A little heavy-handed.
Yeah.
You'll be a heretic.
Yeah, that's it's like
who's more conniving, this guy or Vedic Wynn?
This guy's a zealot. Wynn knows everything she's doing.
Yeah. Remember, this guy's been kicked out of the. He's actually not a Vedic anymore. He got kicked out.
May I introduce Jedzia Dax and Miles O'Brien, our colleague Dejar.
That's our third Viper, right? Hey, man.
Well, yeah. According to the zealot.
Vedic nut job. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the chances that both a primary system and its backup would fail at the same time?
Well, that's very unlikely, but in a crunch, I wouldn't like to be caught without a second backup.
You know, there's a reason we kicked your ass in a war. I was there. Miles O'Brien. I saw it with my own two eyes.
Running a large mass of ice and ionized gas. The sort of stars.
Oh my gosh. Doesn't even look like a sword.
Well, I know you appreciate this pause, Hitman.
Yes, that's what I'm doing currently.
Children's show.
You sly devil.
So Kira's now looking for pieces of the prophecy herself.
She needs to not go fishing because she's not going to catch anything today.
She didn't learn that at the job fairs?
No. She's reaching. See, Sisko's got his emissary hat on.
No, do you think he's like, ooh, maybe this prophecy is a thing?
I think he doesn't want it to be a thing.
No, he doesn't. Well, he does. He basically is admitted he doesn't want to be the emissary. He doesn't like that role.
This might be the turning point in his his perspective changes. So, but this is a question non-related. So clearly, the wormhole is accessible from both sides, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is a really dumb question, but if it's accessible from both sides, and DS9 is in the Alpha Quadrant and at least the Delta Quadrant, couldn't Voyager go through the wormhole?
No. Gamma Quadrant.
It's
Or
in the
Gamma.
quadrant.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, never mind. I apologize.
Yeah, remember we showed you the map. Now that
I
did
did.
the map.
I didn't look at it. I didn't know if I was able to.
You can look at the map now. That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Major, can I have a word with you?
Daddy's not happy.
We need to have a talk about you blurting out religious prophecy on the bridge.
It's literally helmsman.
He's not a helmsman at this point. Dax has got the con.
It's true.
Is that this prophecy has no place on the bridge of the Divide, especially in front of the Cardassians.
See, exactly.
Embarrass me in front of the Cardassians, damn it.
These are my new buddies. got Tracy Scoggins as a Cardi. Come on.
We can peel off that makeup; it'd be fine.
And then there's you, the emissary.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He about to lose his mind.
Well, what do you think Kira's going to say?
I know.
I know.
Do you really believe that I'm the emissary?
Well, she didn't say it.
Is she not? But she nodded. Keep going.
I guess I always have. I never wanted to admit it to myself. It's hard to work for someone who's a religious icon.
Well, you called it.
Exactly what we were saying. Now, mind you, we have foreknowledge, but does it not fit her character? She's a very religious person. She believes in the Bajoran faith. She believes in the prophets. And Kai Opaka said Benjamin Sisko is the emissary. And he made contact with the prophets in the Celestial Temple, which, of course, he sees as wormhole aliens in the wormhole. Interesting dynamic.
But it's very interesting that they, and again, it's just how the show is written, but this is the first time she's acknowledged, I guess, verbally that he is. And I'm curious as to now how this changes the dynamic of the relationship. Not only like the relationship, but also working relationship. If I was this guy, I'd deem her unfit to serve because she can't, she can't.
You'd find any reason to deem her fit.
But legitimately, that, you know what? Actually, I think that's a fair point.
Right. All seriousness, because you're towing the line between,
Yeah, but that could be said about any Bajoran. Just about.
That's kind of true, but
not every Bajoran is first officer.
Yeah, but I mean that would mean every Bajoran that would come to serve under him would potentially be.
Well, it depends on how
religious.
It would. You basically have to screen them all to see what is your religious belief, and then that actually runs afoul of the Federation ideals anyway.
But I don't see myself as an icon, religious or otherwise.
He's only Gabriel Bell. That's it.
He's Gabriel Bell.
No, you call him Hawk.
Call him.
Call him Hawk.
Just a man called Hawk.
Now, I guess there's no Starfleet regulation that says you can't be obviously religious. I haven't seen this come up within TNG original series.
Well, yeah, you can have faith. It's fine, but they want him walking a fine line about being the emissary. It's a fine line they have him walking.
Yeah.
They don't want him to outright say no, but they're not always happy that he has to engage with it.
Yeah. It's like Adam says, it's a tough line to walk because what's his job? His job is to bring Bajor into the Federation. So
I don't
what
know
if he just said as emissary, you need to join the Federation.
If I have missed this detail, I apologize, but does Starfleet know that he's the emissary, or is this kept on?
Oh no, he would have reported it.
Okay, all right.
They've talked about it. I mean, like I said, the Starfleet isn't happy that he's seen as a religious icon for the Bajorans, but they know that he's got. They don't tell him not to do it, but they don't tell him to do it.
Where you see Vipers, I see 3 scientists. And where you see the emissary, I see a Starfleet officer.
Crushed. That's a good shot. She's sad. She's gonna cry.
Oh, that was really good delivery by Sisko, though.
No, it was.
It's just
you can tell in his voice. You can tell, like Avery Brooks in this scene is like you can tell, like just I don't know, very well delivered.
I think people underrate Avery Brooks as an actor, as a Starfleet captain, commanding officer, rather. I forget what I was watching, but someone was saying, like, I can't take him seriously the way he talks. And I'm like, no, that's his cadence. That's how he talks.
We've had two really in the last 2 episodes, 2 really great deliveries. Him and Nog, like the conversation between him and Nog, the delivery, and this and her, all seriousness. Bajoran jokes aside, it's you can tell it's well done. Until he's wavering.
Yeah, you can see he's like he's upset that he's disappointing her.
Yeah.
Because he respects Kira. That's the thing. He respects Kira. He respects her beliefs. He just doesn't share it. So,
do you think he, in a way, he's letting himself down by not walking that line?
Because I know stuff. I can't say anything beyond that.
Adam?
I know
Adam
the same
knows
stuff Brad knows. I can't say.
Okay.
Wait, you think I'm going to slip up and say something?
Wait, fractured? What do you have to say?
Why didn't you tell me you replaced the secondary field coils?
If you had told me what you were,
They're acting like they're married. This is a better dynamic than Keiko and this is. He should have been married to her instead.
Careful. You know, she might think this is courting behavior.
That's what I'm saying. Throw a little Klingon poetry in there.
Why Klingon poetry?
Because there's
you got an Irishman and you got a Cardi.
Because the two greatest poetries of all time is Cardassian literature and Klingon poetry combined. The boots are off to the races, as they say.
I feel like you're making a weird hybrid that should be in Starfleet Academy.
No. How dare you? Absolutely not. No.
I do note that she is rolling her eyes at him.
It's like they're married already. This is great.
So if you want to get that transceiver online, hand me the laser torch.
See, she likes him. And look where she's looking. She likes him. And look where she's looking.
Oh, so you think she's got a thing for O'Brien?
Oh, absolutely. That's definitely not Keiko in makeup.
Something's wrong. I'm picking up a neutrino surge from the wormhole.
Prophecy didn't say that, did it?
No, the prophecy did not say that. It seems like they're having some problems here.
The comet enters the wormhole. The silithium in its core will cause a cascade reaction and collapse the wormhole permanently.
What's that?
That's in the prophecy. They'll destroy the celestial temple. Which I think is a fantastic idea. I don't know why.
The comet enters the wormhole. The silithium in its core will cause a cascade reaction and collapse the wormhole permanently.
What's that?
That's in the prophecy. They'll destroy the celestial temple. Which I think is a fantastic idea. I don't know why.
What do you think? I mean, Adam and I know where this episode is going. Hitman, what do you think, though? I mean, compared to where we've been so far recently with episodes.
No, this is actually, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this. This is actually an episode that's really catching my attention because it's very interesting that we have. You said the zealot that was basically kicked out of the Vatican for just his nut jobness is now interpreting. It's just very interesting. He's interpreting a prophecy, and using Kira, and now Kira. All these things are like happening. So I don't know how to explain it. Like his interpretation of the prophecy. Is it now actually wrong or is it right? And why did he get kicked out? Why was he defrocked? And
but
now,
he's not there anymore. So he may show up at the end,
right?
But I mean the crux of the episode now, from the religious aspect, is Kira and Sisko.
Well, I think Sisko's now starting to make a turn. He's now, he's got this internal conflict.
Mm-hmm.
And it's to the point where, I don't think he can deny it any longer. It's like, I don't want to be the emissary. I'm not fit for it, whatever it is. But he's seen all these things. And so it's almost like, could this be true?
Yeah.
Is what Kira's seen in regards to this prophecy could actually be,
real.
A thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then that puts him at odds. It's like, okay, the emissary is supposed to be involved in this. Maybe I am the emissary. I don't want to be the emissary.
But then how does he? And obviously he continues to lead. But how can you be the emissary and a Starfleet commander at the same time? How do you toe that line?
Well,
and I think now he's learning.
Said.
He's now learning to. Well, I think he's now learning, or will eventually learn how to toe that line.
Matter of acceptance and how he accepts it.
Mm-hmm.
Are they so? Are the two exclusive from one another then, or no? Being the emissary and being the Starfleet commander of Deep Space Nine, are they exclusive? How can they be exclusive?
He was going to be commander of Deep Space Nine regardless of emissary status.
Right, but now he's both.
Now he's both, and it's unexpected, and that's where Adam says,
does this change?
Walk the line.
Does this change his? And I mean, obviously, you can't say it without spoiling it. But does this change his command style? Does this just change him as a person?
Yeah.
How vested? I mean, this is and I don't know, obviously, if he has any type of religious background, but like, how does this shape him as not only as a person but as an officer? Because I'm sure he didn't want this, just like he didn't want to be Gabriel Bell. But he is.
Well, he was always Gabriel Bell. I believe he could
have always been Gabriel.
Yeah.
It's like his life was charted out before him almost.
Yeah.
I'm going to try shunting it through the warp drive.
Won't that overload the relay?
She getting kind of close. Told you.
But no happy ending.
He's feeling it. He's feeling it.
She's about to pounce.
Isn't it nice when a woman actually shows him attention instead of just yelling at him all the time?
She's about to pounce like a vole.
See that? I'm getting out of here. I gotta get out of here.
She's looking at his ass.
Sexist.
What the hell was that?
That's the Viper coil.
Look at Miles' eyes. Look at Miles' eyes.
Keiko never touched me like that. He's not used to that kind of affection.
I know.
Because the poor man's been in a cage.
I assure you, I'm quite fertile.
There it is. Let's make little Miles and Miles Cardi hybrids. Let's do it.
There's no better person to do it.
Oh, I was waiting for this scene.
Do it
with a Cardassian.
Do it.
I already have a child and a wife.
You're married?
Well,
sometimes.
He's like, on paper, I am.
I wouldn't call it marriage. I call it more like a life sentence. Because she's my warden. She's a horrible person.
She tortures me.
Yeah.
By eating.
Happily.
Oh, he said happily. He said happily.
That's a lying coping mechanism, right?
I took your overt irritability toward me as a signal that you wish to pursue some physical relationship.
Cardassian foreplay.
I mean, it's true.
I'm afraid this is a case of cross-cultural misunderstanding.
What a shame.
I mean, you think he'd be used to it, though. He deals with belligerents all the time.
You are very attractive, and I'm flattered, of course.
Please, Mr. O'Brien, there's no need to continue.
Well, now, see, Miles. Now you need to give her a mercy wink. Because now you've hurt diplomatic relations, Miles.
For the sake of diplomatic relations.
Wait a minute. Isn't that why Caleb and Tamira hooked up for the purposes of?
Why?
I don't know.
I think it was. You're probably right. It's more desperation.
Yeah. That and bad writing.
You can either make your own decisions, or you can let these prophecies make them for you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's getting wrapped. He's going back and reading all these prophecies. It's like, this kind of sounds true. I think maybe I fit in here. Do you remember when Kaiopaka died? Was I there? Yeah, I think that's what the prophecy says. But in the end, Dax is right. It's like, what are you going to do? Like, you're your own man.
Fire!
What the hell was that?
That's
his
Miles
handiwork
on his own.
Who? Miles screwed up the phasers?
Mm-hmm.
That's him, right?
He was distracted.
Oh, he's distracted by the Cardassian who's flirting with him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the first time he's ever dealt with being flirted with.
The 3 fragments are still on course for the wormhole.
Without weapons, We have no way of stopping.
Do you think Miles screwed up?
Yeah.
Well, no, because Keiko wasn't there to distract him.
Okay.
Miles wouldn't screw up.
We really put too much on Keiko, to be honest with you.
I know. All right, I'll she has been on camera. I'll ratchet it back. All seriousness, no. Miles would not screw up.
No.
This wasn't your fault, Mr. O'Brien, and it wasn't an accident. Dejar is a member of the Obsidian Order. She.
Uh-oh.
I did not know that, but that's why I asked.
They're everywhere.
Yep. They're everywhere.
A shuttle pod could maneuver between them.
Because I believe I'm here to help the emissary.
Said nobody ever. Well, no, that's a lie. Betty did. Might take that back.
Yeah, this is a leap of faith for Kira, I believe.
I'm not sure. We're reading a subspace filament leading back through the wormhole.
So now they're able to communicate through the wormhole, even when it's not open.
How does that makes no sense?
So it hasn't popped open, but there's just like a little crack in the edge that allows communications between the alpha quadrant and the gamma quadrant. Because the comet went through. Are the gates of the celestial temple open?
Yeah.
Yep.
He wasn't talking about the Cardassians, the 3 comet fragments.
That's interesting because that's what I was thinking just a couple minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me that has something to do with me.
Well, it is a prophecy about the emissary.
Tell me about it.
All right. So that was the episode Destiny, which honestly had a lot more lore to it than I
It really did.
I originally remembered.
Well, I say that like I know lore, but I would
Yeah.
assume it had a lot of lore involved.
Well, you're watching it from the beginning. Adam and I
Yeah.
know lore and when it lays down, but you got to see like Kira acknowledging that she sees Sisko not just as a commanding officer, but like a religious figure, which is interesting. We talked about that.
Yeah.
So. But we should maintain our tradition. So before we talk any further, let's go to Fractured Filter and ask his opinion about the episode.
Whoops.
Oh, yeah. All right, so he has no opinion because he sleepy time.
Sleepy time.
Hitman, what do you think?
I actually really enjoyed this episode, and I know that's shocking because there's a lot of Bajoran lore in here, but I think it was great. I thought of the interesting dynamic. Well,
you can separate your Cardassian persona from analyzing the episode.
I really enjoyed what they did with Sisko here in this episode. I said it earlier. This is like from my remembrance, it's like 3 times that he's been called. They've mentioned him as the emissary. Mm-hmm. We actually have a full episode that has been kind of devoted to him playing the emissary versus the captain in it, and we got to see kind of in a way like he didn't want anything to do with it. So I love the fact that Odo called him out on it. I thought that was great. The fact that he wants nothing to do with it, and it's not because he's burdened by it, but I think in a way he doesn't want to maybe mess it up, and he thinks maybe there's like a I don't know, whatever it is, but and then to see kind of his relationship with Kira from a non-Starfleet to Bajoran perspective. And kind of, I like how you said, it's like this nut jobs, interpreting a prophecy in his own way. And towards the end of the episode, it kind of, it begs the question, who was right and who was wrong?
Yeah.
And I'm sure they probably won't say why he was defrocked or whatnot, but it was just kind of interesting.
Well, it was hinted that he was, I'm not going to say heresy,
Yeah.
but relying on unaccepted interpretations of prophecy.
I think, and we've said this before, I think Vedic Win or the Bope they're more political. Yeah, high win. They're more
Space Karen.
Yeah, Space Karen. They're more concerned about politics under the guise of the prophets versus actually about being, prophecy and whatnot. They use religion under the guise of, their political agenda.
I mean, obviously, again, foresight, but even back then, I always thought Vedic Win was not so much about the religion, but so much about the power.
Yeah. So
and
this guy's
interestingly, this guy is actually about the religion. I forget his name. I just remember the actor's name is Eric Avari. He's very much about the prophecy. He's very much about like what it means and what the emissary's role is. And then at the end, he admits it's like, I misinterpreted the prophecy, which is interesting. So then it kind of begs the question in my mind. So the prophecy exists, but you can change it to fit whatever you want. So when Sisko goes at the end, tell me about the other prophecy about the emissary. Tell me about me. 2 points there. First, Ben Sisko saying, tell me what the prophecy says about me, acknowledging like, I may be the emissary. And also, tell me about the prophecy. Does the prophecy does it carry water? Is it valid? What's it going to be? So he's trying to get a little bit. My interpretation would have been, he's not certain if the prophecy was real. It kind of came true from a certain point of view, but now he's like, maybe it would be good if I looked at these other prophecies and weighed them in reality. That's how I'm taking what he's looking at. Anyone else?
I thought it was a well done episode.
Well, what we have here is, as we've been commenting from the first part of this, we haven't had much of Sisko Emissary in 3 seasons now. We started off the whole entire series with it, but now it's, we forget about it for an entire season in season 2, barely anything. And now here we are halfway through season 3, more than halfway through season 3. And it's almost as if it's time to enact the plan to remind everybody that Sisko, according to the Bajorans, has a destiny. And we need to start working on that arc, the Sisko arc for Emissary.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a good way to get us back into it, especially when you pair it up with Kira and her faith and how she has to work with somebody who is a religious icon in her faith. I mean, Kira's most of the time she's all business, she's this and that, but no, she is as faithful as any other Bajoran who believes in the prophets and what they mean and what they do, and that the prophets are looking out for Bajor. So you get a lot of combinations. So not only do you get the return of an important Sisko arc, which will now continue, that this ain't going to go away.
Nope.
It's not leaving. So now what we have is Kira growing with Sisko growing. So you got a shotgun on this one. You got 2 barrels on this one, and it moves both of their character arcs along. Now, I think it's a while before we get any more Kira with this, but it's worth it. It's worth it because now, once again, this is a show built on characters, and the characters are going to get the proper work that they deserve in order to grow and become somebody that we care about. Unlike, once again, an example, Academy, there's no homework done, there's no legwork done.
No,
this is legwork being done for all these characters.
But we also have time to breathe. We have time to let them grow.
Yes.
I mean,
what's next week's episode? Just as like out of
profit motive.
Okay, next week we take a break from these kind of people and we have a little Fergie fun, but
fun, yeah.
Little Fergie fun, but it is still Bajor related.
Yeah.
So we get a break from the serious stuff and the big characters, but we still now get a little quirk because, as we said, it's Ferengi. Profit. I mean, we're not spoiling. Profit motive. It kind of gives it away. What's going on?
It's a Ferengi episode. And,
Yeah.
and Hitman even said, he's like, doesn't Grand Nagus show back up? Yeah. Well, Sean shows back up as Grand Nagus.
Mhm.
Why? Well, we'll see.
And this is an episode that isn't necessarily a throwaway episode. It has long-lasting reactions because it is more character growth episode. So all these things, they come together. They work together. It makes it exciting. And now, once again, we are reminded that Benjamin Sisko is the star
The Emissary.
of the show. He's
the
our
Emissary.
central- Yeah, he's the Emissary. So we have these things we have to pay attention to. We have to know these things. And it just makes you engaged. Like, I mean, Hitman was engaged today.
Yeah.
He was interested. What was going on? He wasn't bored.
No.
Like last week, we were all bored with A plot because, come on, whatever.
Oh, God.
But we were all interested in seeing, Nog's getting some character work. Gee, that sounds interesting.
Nog's going to be a Starfleet officer? What? Where's that from?
Yeah.
And this episode, it's not huge, but there's groundwork. There's groundwork in Sisko being the emissary. There's groundwork in how Kira. Yeah, the thing is, I feel like a lot of people will think like, oh, this person's religious, so they wear the religion on their sleeve. Kira does not. Kira is able to compartmentalize being the Bajoran liaison to DS9, First Officer to Sisko, and being a devout religious Bajoran, faithful to the prophets. She's able to compartmentalize it, but she acknowledges like it's not easy. It's like, I look at you, you're my commanding officer, but you're also an icon, a religious icon that I should venerate. So I really think I really like the way they did that. And I think it will play out more. I know it will play out more, obviously.
But it's interesting the way it plays out.
Yeah. But it's good that they actually did it because it adds nuance to the relationship between Kira and Sisko.
Yeah, even though it won't be something talked about all the time, we now know it's a layer in their relationship. It's something that has to be acknowledged and thought of.
Well, and I think that's like the subtlety of storytelling, particularly in DS9, as opposed to like we're watching Starfleet Academy and everything is like, here it is, blah, 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 blah. Here's this character, blah, blah, blah. They don't have the time to show the character development. They don't have the number of episodes, and they don't have the writers to do it. These writers understand the characters, and these are developed characters. I keep saying on Starfleet Academy, they're one-dimensional characters. It's all like just character player sheets in D&D. It's like, this is my character sheet says it's my character. Boom. These characters are fully formed. There's relationships. You understand the relationships. You see them grown, not just being told over and over again that they're important. So I think that's the advantage which we had with old Star Trek, old original. You got to see 20 to 25 episodes a season, and writers got to develop characters. And this is a character development episode. So,
yeah, and at the very end, it just says, yeah, the Emissary is going to face a lot of trials by fire. Brad and I understand that.
Oh yeah, we do. We know exactly what that frickin' means.
Yeah, but it's also still a layered prophecy.
Yes, because we also know what could have happened, what could not have happened, depending on decisions. But yeah, that's several seasons from now. Otherwise, we're still in season 3. This was what is this? This is the 15th episode. More than halfway
Over
through.
halfway done. Yep.
Yeah. So, Quark showed up the beginning with some shitty ass Kanar that went old, but he's still got Dabo tables. So let's go throw some Latinum on him, guys.
Give her a spin. One time on the house.
Fraction Filter, you're not here, so you have no money.
Yes, he's poor. He's poor right now.
Does he get
Well,
docked Latinum?
Well, he's trying to get Latinum because he has to like wake up early for his job.
Oh, okay, all right.
So, trying to get some stuff. He's been careless in his Latinum lately.
I can
Hitman. How many bars of Latinum do you
Man,
have for this episode?
I'll probably get flack for it. I'm going to give it a 7. I think this was a really good episode.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna take anybody's thing, but I felt like there's a lot of good lore, so that's why I give it a 7.
Okay.
Character development between Sisko and Kira.
Adam, how about you?
I also will give it a 7. Good lore, good character work, great interactions, nothing left by the wayside. Little bit of good comic relief, both on our own part and the show, and where you got the full thing. And the A plot and the B plot kind of nicely mixed together. The B plot was more along the lines of everybody's reactions to each other and stuff like that. But it was fun. Good little surprise. Oh, look, the Obsidian Order's here. Remind everybody the Obsidian Order exists. They're everywhere, which this season really wants you to remind you of constantly. So,
wonder why.
It deserves its 7. It's a solid episode. Not top tier, not epic, but good lore, good groundwork. You're not disinterested. And we say that importantly because last week, as we talked about, we were very disinterested with fake Kira stuck in a rock.
Yeah. Oh, God. So I was actually thinking on just a star rating system, this would be a 6.5. But since we don't do that, I'm actually going to go 7 as well.
Sucks. That was across the board.
Yeah. And I agree with you guys the same thing. I thought it told a good story. I did not think that, Adam, when you say B plot, it's more like side quests off of the A plot.
Yeah.
As opposed to like last week was Kira and the Rock, and then Nog was the B plot. So all the B plot was kind of side issues. O'Brien with Tracy Scoggins, Kira and Sisko doing their thing, trying to figure out what the emissary was, what they meant to each other. Those were side quests off the main plot. The A plot was really creating this communication network and the prophecy, which all coalesced, ended up being like, it ends up being at the end how you see it at the end. And I think that's what a lot of prophecy ends up being. Once it's done, you look at it and they said, yes, of course the prophecy fit. And that's kind of what I felt with this episode, but it's well done, well acted, and it sets up Sisko for being the emissary in the future. So that is the 15th episode of season 3, Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Next week's episode, I believe, is Profit Motive, which is a Ferengi episode, which are always just fun. And it's going to be a little bit Bajoran lore. Hopefully the entire ops crew will be back. Otherwise, you can go watch all of our channels. We do various stuff throughout the week. And I also want to thank anyone who sticks around and watches this, because we have fun doing this. And we're doing this because we would like Star Trek. We like good Star Trek. And yeah, we have fun. We're doing it MST 3K style. But in the end, we really want to talk about good Star Trek. And you should too. Because Adam and I are also watching Starfleet Academy. It's rough. Otherwise, questions, comments, witticisms down below. Click all the good buttons. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Fractured.
Bye. Bye.
All right.